All right, so I bought this brake bleeder kit from Harbor Freight for $31.99. And, I looked at the reviews and, they're kind of mixed, as a lot of reviews are. And I thought, well, should I spend $100 and get the better one? And then I looked them over and they really look very similar. So I got the $31 one and I figured out the trick to it and I just wanted to share with everybody. So this is the kit. Pittsburgh pneumatic brake bleeder with auto refill. So comes with these cool little, I guess, standoffs that kind of help you with putting the bottle in the reservoir. Make sure you have good brake fluid pressure. So I've got it set up here and it's working very well. I don't have any more leaks. I caused more leaks than this kit has, so I'm kind of relieved to have it and use it. So that's been good so far. And then I did just finally bleed the other back one, the passenger side. And I actually had some tubing that is more clear and it's a little smaller diameter, but I like it because I can kind of see what's going on more with the air. This brake fluid that I have is .4. It can be used, it's a synthetic, it can be used with .3 or .4 vehicles. So I figured I'd, use it in my application. So anyways, what I noticed is that if you, and in this I've tried two compressors, so I'm sure it wasn't my compressor, but basically if you go full force on this trigger, you start to see that instead of a vacuum being applied to this line, it actually applies a positive pressure. So if you were to stick the end of this tube in a bowl of water, you'd see bubbles instead of aspirating. It's pushing air. So what I found is, and the instructions suck, they don't say anything about this, but if you pull the trigger about midway to about halfway, it actually will start to suck. You'll see the fluid kind of going into the reservoir here. Okay, and if you go too far, it actually starts to go the opposite direction. And now it's pushing out the other end. I've got the trigger fully pulled, and it's becoming a blowgun. You can see it. You can actually see it pushing out of the bottle. So what I learned again is halfway is about the maximum you want to go. And you'll see that the fluid will start to get sucked into the bottle. Okay, so you don't want to go full trigger. More is not better in this case. I could not figure it out for the longest time. I was like, are you kidding me? What am I doing wrong here? But I'm going to go over to this one and I'm going to try to show you a successful brake bleed. Because this has been a little booger. This is a Mk3 Supra, and it's been a booger. I pulled the back brake lines off to, basically redo my brakes. So anyways, let me try. Hopefully this will be a good demonstration. You can kind of see it and watch it. You can see all the air coming out. Very similar to the other side, and you just kind of have to bear with it with some patience. Pretty slow process, but you'll start to see that the air, gets less and less, and you get more of a solid line. Sorry that the lighting sucks. I'm going to try to move this light a little bit better. That's pretty much solid brake fluid with just a few air bubbles now. That's actually better than I've ever gotten. I tried to manually bleed this and it just was not happening. There you can see more air coming through. Now the car is currently jacked up, so it might be the angle of the car that's making it so challenging, but it has not been fun to try to manually bleed the brakes on this. Again, it's just a very slow process. The other one did this for a little while. Now, part of this might also be the actual screw on the caliper might be introducing a little bit of air. So, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I can't really video very well and hold at the same time, so let me just try and see if I can maybe... There we go. Yeah, I think it just wasn't making a good seal on the thread. We're just going to keep doing this until all the air is gone. I suspect these air bubbles are really coming from the threads not being, you know, airtight on this fitting. So I'm going to play around with the fitting a little bit more. The other one had a little bit of more of a seal around the threads. So I might actually just put a little bit of like thread sealer on this and try this again. And I'll come back here in just a minute and tell you how that works out. All right, I'm back. I pulled the bleeder nipple off and cleaned the threads and applied some thread sealer on them. And you know, now as you can see, we have just a little air bubble stuck there. So you can see that fluid is migrating into the jug still. And we have no more air coming out of the brake caliper, which is a great thing. So when you saw those little bubbles there, basically that was just air seeping through the threads on this little bleeder nipple. I'm sorry I keep calling it that, but I don't know what the term is. But anyways, that did the trick. So now we actually have fluid flowing in the right direction, and you know, this is the last of the air in the line. So it is effectively bleeding. We do have fluid in the jug, as you can see. And I think this is complete now. So I don't think we have any more bleeding to go. This is like the last of the air, I think, right here. And we pretty much have all solid fluid in the line after that. So that's an excellent sign. So yeah, this tool is effective, but you know, they probably should have controlled the valves a little bit more in the trigger, because like I said, if you pull it too much, if you pull it more than halfway, again, it just starts to siphon the wrong direction or stop siphoning, and it actually pressurizes. So anyways, just wanted to share this with you because I was pretty frustrated myself. I don't want to see anyone else frustrated. So hope this helps.